Good morning, everyone. Thank you for attending the Medicaid billing for new therapists or providers. My name is Amy Geyer with Greenbush Medicaid Billing. Just want to go over a few things today if you're a new provider. If you can see my screen, that's good. There's a question box on your panel here. If you have any questions at any time, just type in your question and I'll be sure to get that to you. Let's start off, and I want to show you our Greenbush website. It's www.greenbush.org. On this website, if you go down to Administrators, go to Special Education Services, and we're under Medicaid Billing. On this web page, you can log in directly to our website to enter your service logs from this option, or you can log on directly from the actual website itself, and I'll show you that in a little bit. I just wanted to touch base and let you know there's a lot of information on our Greenbush website. Here are everybody that's in our office. I'm down here at the bottom. If you have any questions, you can always call me or email me. Over here on the left side, it's just showing you the upcoming webinars that we have. Over here on the left side, there's some good information if you want to review if you're an LEA provider or an early childhood provider. You do have the option to download the manual. So if you ever have any questions and you want to refer to that manual, you can download that and print that out. That way you always have it on hand. Over here on the right, there's provider tutorials. So if you do not remember something that I tell you today, you can always go here. And there's 4 options: managing your caseload, entering your services, editing your services, or review logs. It's like a 4-minute YouTube video. It's going to show you how to do all of those. So if you ever forget what you're doing, just come to this website and you can look at the tutorials. I'm going to go ahead and log into our demo site. So all the information on this site is not real. I'm going to log in as an occupational therapist today to show you basically how to enter your service logs. One thing to remember is your client ID will always be Greenbush with a capital G. We will have your email address set up. If you do not have your password, or if you don't think you've been set up, please contact me. My phone number is 888-654-8701, or you can email just amy.geyer, G-E-I-E-R, @greenbush.org, and we'll make sure we can get you in the system. Again, I'm just logging into our demo site just to show you what you'll see when you log in. If you're a new provider, when you log in on the announcements page here, this will be anything that we want to communicate with you directly. If there's something that's changed through the state of Kansas through Medicaid, we did recently upgrade our system on Thursday, so when you log into our live site, you'll see that information to let you know that you can bill for group sessions. If you do group sessions, it's a lot easier now to bill for that, and that'll show up on our live site. But always check this announcements option just to see if that's anything that applies to you. When you first log in, if you're a new provider, you will not have any of your kids' information right here. You actually have to go in and attach these kids to your. And to do that, you would go under Manage Caseload. And if you look right in the middle of the screen, there's number of students is 299. So it'll be just specific to your district that you're in or your early childhood network. You can search their last name, first name, or if you know their state student ID, you can search that way as well. And if you look over here, it's showing remove. You probably won't have that option if you're a new provider because you haven't added anybody to your caseload. In order to actually enter a service log on somebody, you have to attach them to your caseload. And the way to do that, you just simply click Add. Or if you want to take them off your caseload, just click Remove. Right here in the middle of the page, there's Only Show Students on My Caseload. If you check that box, you look at the number up here, it says number of students listed is now 16 instead of 299. That is because it's only showing the students that are attached to your caseload, that you've actually went in and clicked the Add button. Again, if you just want to take them off, if you're done logging on that student, you simply just click Remove and they'll fall off your caseload. Now, if you're trying to do a search for a student to add them to your caseload and you have this box checked, you will not be able to pull that student's information up unless they're attached to your caseload, because right now you're only viewing students on your caseload. So to do a general search, make sure that button is unchecked, and it'll pull up the 299 or however many students you have in your district. Again, you just simply click Add if you want to add them to your caseload, or Remove if you want to take them off your caseload. One thing to remember, if you see there's black bold here and regular font, black bold means that we have a Medicaid number on that child. The regular font is that we do not have a Medicaid number listed for that student. So they may not be Medicaid eligible. There's several pages. Right now it's only showing 10 per page. If you want to page through it that way, you can. Or you can go up here to results per page and you can widen your search to 50 per page. That way you have more of a variety to choose from. Again, just simply click Add if you want to attach them to your caseload. If you go back to Home here, you can see your list has gotten bigger. These are the kids that we just clicked the Add button on. To start logging on a student, you can simply, if you just want to do one student at a time, you can click their name. And right now it's going to show the logs that you've already entered on that student. To enter another log, you just hit Go to Logging Calendar, and it's going to pull up the child's name and their date of birth. Over here it always defaults to the current month that we're in. So if you'd like to enter a log for services for last month, you just simply click the back button and do that, and it'll go to July, or you can do the drop-down option, whichever you prefer. Since we only selected one student, we've just simply clicked the day, hit Next, and it'll show the previous log on here. And it's showing what type of log would you like to enter. Service log, non-billable entry, student absent, student not available, provider absent, or provider not available. A service log, as long as we have the parent consent or the doctor prescription, that service log is going to be what we will send to the state of Kansas to Medicaid for reimbursement. Your non-billable entries could be, if you would like to document, maybe if you're an LEA provider, you spoke to another therapist, you can document that under non-billable entry. Student absent means simply that the student just wasn't at school. Student not available, that means maybe the student was at school but they were at the pumpkin patch or marble party. Provider absent or provider not available. If you'd like to enter a log, just hit Service Log, hit Continue, and up here you can select whichever code. It's going to be specific to your specialty. So if you're a speech provider, you're going to only have speech codes. If you're a physical therapist provider, you're going to only have physical therapy codes. So you select your code, you enter your start time, make sure you select AM or PM, your end time, the progress report, either not applicable, maintain, regression, minimal improvement, moderate improvement, significant improvement, or mastered. This is whatever pertains to this particular visit. So you can either say minimal improvement, just do what you think the progress was for that specific visit. If you did the services in the school, then you'll put school. If you're an early childhood provider, it'll either be home or other. Other could be like a daycare. But if you're an LEA provider and you're in the school, just simply click the school. And this is where you enter your services. Basically, they want to know what you did with the child or the student and how the student responded. So they're looking for interaction and response. You don't have to get lengthy in here. Just basically put what you did with that student and how the student responded. So I'm just going to type in for an occupational therapist. Okay, so I put in what I did with the student and how the student responded. Once you're done entering your notes, you hit Save Service Log, and you know that it's going to save because it populates on the calendar. It shows one service log. Let's say that you entered another, you saw the student later on that day. If you want to click the same day, check that box and hit Next. If you want to go to Service Log again, pre-fill from the last service log, this will be the log that you just entered. So if you see a student the same time every week, you can actually go in here and hit pre-fill, and it's going to pre-fill everything that you just entered in except for your comments. You can go in and change the code to whatever you want. You can change your start time, your end time, your progress report, and your location. So all of that can be changed. It's just letting you know if you actually enter a service log for that month, you can pre-fill, and it's going to fill in the last option that you did. I'm going to go ahead and return to calendar. And I want to show you how to do, if you want to, instead of just doing one student, you can do multiple students. If you go back here to home, instead of clicking the individual's name, you can go up here to wizards, do service log by student wizard. And right now it shows several students' names. This is because these are the ones you've actually clicked add on when you managed your caseload. So these kids are attached to you. You can select all of them if you want to log on all of them, or you can just go and pick out which ones that you actually want to enter a service log on. If you hit next, you would just simply, if you look over here now, it's showing an arrow, so there's more than one student. It is in alphabetical order, so if you just page through it, you can enter the log that you want on that particular student. Again, it defaults to the current month that we're in. Make sure you click this box and hit next, and then you can go ahead and start logging again from that way. I do want to go back to the calendar and show you the group session. So I've selected several students here, and if you see this group service option, if you click the particular day that you had, if you're a group service provider, you click that day, hit group service, and hit next. It's going to show George Adams. He's one of the students that I selected, and if you type in your actual group code, you can do your start time and your end time, of course. Do your progress and enter your comments. I'm going to just do the same. Again, this is just a demo site, so I'm just going to do the same just to show you what's going to happen. Again, I check that group service, and if you look down here, it's showing 1 of 17. So if I click Save Service Log, if you look right here, that student's name has changed. So the students' names that you actually do the group services with, if you just click their name, it's going to show you I'm on log 2 of 17, so I selected 17 students. So you can go through here and just hit Save Service Log if you'd like to change the notes. If maybe Ashley was different than the previous student, you would go and enter that. Just click Save Service Log. Now I'm on 3 of 17 and we're on a new student. So it's a lot easier now if you're a group service provider to where you can actually enter this instead of going under each individual student. And once this gets 100%, you'll know that you're done entering your logs for that group session for all of those students. If you enter a service on the wrong day, or maybe you want to go in and change your notes, you can go to Wizards, go to Edit Student Service Logs. You can type in the student's last name, their first name. If you just click search, it's going to pull up your logs. Now, if you do this and none of your logs actually pull up, that means that we've already actually sent them to the state of Kansas to be billed. If that happens, just contact me. Again, my name is Amy Geyer. We can actually go through and recoup anything through the state if you had an error on your end. If your log does pull up, you can simply just click Edit, and it's going to pull you up to that log. You finish your comments, make sure you hit Save Service Log. Or maybe if you had a set of twins and you entered your services on the wrong student, you can simply just click Delete, and it's going to delete that log off of your account. The reporting features under Reports here, you can go to, you have a logging summary report. You can export this to a PDF or to an Excel. You can select for a whole year if you want to go to all, and you can select by a particular student if you just want to pull a report by each student. If you click Run Report, it's showing 120 rows returned. So if you look here, here's all of the kids that I've entered services on. You click that plus sign, and it's going to show your information here. And you can just go through each student, just click that plus sign, and it's going to show you. Again, that can be exported to a PDF or to an Excel. The next report that you have is a detailed student report. Again, it defaults to the current month that we're in. If you want to do a particular date range, you can. Or if you want to look at a whole year, you would just select all. You can do a particular student again. You click Run Report. In the middle of the page, it's showing 1 of 28. So that means I have 28 pages. If you look here, it'll show for George Adams when they were absent, when I was absent as a provider. It shows your service log. It shows your comments. You can just simply page through this here. This can be printed or saved to your desktop as a PDF. The last report that you have is a monthly student log. This is basically like an attendance report. The only thing this report will do is populate your caseload. So it's only going to populate the kids that you've attached to your caseload. You would have to print this out, and if you want to keep track of how long you are with a student, maybe if you want to just keep track, that way you'll know to enter a service log, you would just handwrite in the information here. You know, if you had seen Ashley on the 1st for 30 minutes, you would just write in 30 minutes. The only thing this report does is populate the caseload. And again, it's like an attendance report. You can go in here and check whichever month you'd like to view, and it's going to pull the caseload that you had for that month. Again, if you're ever having problems remembering where you're at, you can always go to Home. Under this Help option, there are several web-based tutorials. If you ever forget what's going on, you can also go under the Help screen and view the videos if you ever forget how to do something, or you can just go to that website that I showed you in the beginning. Does anybody have any questions? If you do, you can go ahead and enter your question in that box on the control panel. If there are no questions, you can go ahead and close out of the webinar. I do appreciate you guys attending today. Again, my name is Amy Geyer, so if you have any questions, please call me or email me.